Hello everyone. Let us see how to select a tree and place it in front of a different sky background in Photoshop. So let us start. Selecting a tree with the usual selection methods can be a difficult task, especially if you try to select a tree with the pen tool or quick selection tool, magic wand, or any other usual or typical selection tools. They are not going to select the tree perfectly because the tree has too many branches and leaves, and in between branches and leaves we can see too many gaps, and from these gaps we can see the sky. Our job is to remove the sky. We have to find a special technique by which we can remove the sky and we can replace it with a new sky. Right. So let us see how we can do that. We need to open the channels panel. So where is the channels panel? We need to go to window menu, and in Windows menu we can find channels. Right. So in the channels panel we can see here RGB on top, and here we have individual channels, red, green and blue. When we select these individual color channels, the image is shown in grayscale or black and white colors. And what we can understand by these black and white colors, the black areas in the image are those areas that are not close to the channel that is currently selected, and white areas in the image are those areas that are close to the color channel that is currently selected. For example, here we have selected the red channel. So you can see there is a lot of black here. There is also a lot of black on the tree, and also there is a lot of black on the grass. So it means those areas do not have any red color or colors close to red. That is why they are completely black. And there are some places where there is some amount of red. So those areas are represented by white color. And if I select this green channel, we can see a lot of white. And why is it showing a lot of white color? Because there is a lot of green in the image. The leaves of the tree and also the grass, it is all green. So it is represented by white color. And if you select blue, see, there is no blue in the grass as well as on the tree, but there is a lot of blue in the sky. So that is why the sky is appearing in white color, because there is a lot of blue in it. So this is the channel that we have to select. And what is our goal? We want to remove the sky and replace that part with a new sky. So blue is the channel that we are supposed to select. So simply hold Ctrl on your keyboard and click on the blue channel thumbnail. So we got a selection here. And then at the bottom of the channels panel we can find this icon, save selection as channel icon. Just click on it. So we can see alpha 1 here. Then we need to add some contrast to it. So we can add contrast by opening levels adjustment. We can go to image, adjustments and select levels, or we can also use the keyboard shortcut Ctrl plus L. And here we need to add contrast. Contrast is nothing but we need to brighten up the white areas and darken the dark areas or the black areas. So just we need to move these sliders. See, we can see there's a change. we move the right slider, which represents the highlights, see, the image is becoming more white. The bright areas or the sky areas are becoming more white. So we need to do something like this. Right. So we got some contrast. Now what we are supposed to do is we need to come back to the layers panel. In case the layers panel is not open, we have to go to Windows and select layers, or we can also use the keyboard shortcut F7. Right. So once we have opened the layers panel, at the bottom of the layers panel we can find the mask icon. Just click on it. Right. So now the mask is applied to the image, but what we want to do is we want to invert the mask, because we want to see the trees properly. So we can't see the trees. So to invert the mask, all you have to do is simply hit Ctrl+I. Now we can see the trees and grass, but there is a problem here. We lost some of the important details in the image. So how we can know that we lost the details? So we have to hold Alt and click on the mask icon, so that we will go inside the mask and we can see the alpha of the mask. See here, in the alpha of the mask, whatever is white is the tree area and whatever is black is the sky area. There is a lot of gray areas in the sky. So first what we'll do is we'll make the gray areas into black. So we'll paint black over these gray areas. So the way to do is we'll keep the foreground color as black and we'll start painting. But before that, here we can see mode for the brush tool. So we'll change the mode to overlay. So what overlay blend mode will do is it will retain pure white and pure black colors and it will remove the gray areas. So let us start painting. It will not affect pure white and pure black areas. So we can see here, and we can see the tree is not getting affected. Right. Now the next step is we need to keep the foreground color as white and we need to paint white on this grass as well as on the tree, and make sure that you keep the mode as overlay. And here I think we have some disturbance, so we'll fix it. So again, keep the foreground color as black and we'll remove the disturbance. Right. So now we'll come out of the mask. Simply hold Alt and click on this mask thumbnail. Right. Now we can see here. And also we will change the blend mode from overlay to normal. Right. See, we have completely removed the sky. But there is also one small problem. So let us see what the problem is. I will create one background layer below this tree layer simply by holding Ctrl and clicking on this new layer icon, and then I will apply black fill color to the background simply by holding Alt and backspace. Make sure that the foreground color is black, and we can observe closely. If you zoom, we can see there is a little bit of blue on the edges of this tree. So we have to fix it. We have to remove that blue fringe. So to remove the blue fringe, we have to hold Ctrl and click on this mask thumbnail adjacent to this tree image. And now with the selection active, we have to go to select menu and we have to go to modify and we have to select contract, and we will contract the selection by 2 pixels. Simply put value 2 in this input field and just click OK, and then we will inverse the selection. To inverse the selection, we need to use the keyboard shortcut Ctrl+Shift+I and make sure that the mask thumbnail is active and simply hit delete. Right, and we can remove the selection simply by hitting Ctrl+D. So we have removed the blue fringe, and we can also fine tune the issues if we can find any, simply by holding Alt and clicking on this mask thumbnail and going inside the mask. And if we can zoom, so we can see some black over this grass and this tree areas. So what we can do is we can simply use the white as a foreground color. We can simply keep white as a foreground color and select overlay blend mode, and then we can just paint white. Right. Again we will come out of the mask and change the blend mode to normal and then Alt and click on the mask thumbnail. Right. Now we will just take this sky background and then drag it, and we will scale the image and we will drag it below the tree layer. Right. So we have changed the sky background and we have put a new sky in the background. And in case you think there are some issues in some corner, we can fix it. So here we can see some small issues. There are some white fringes. So to fix them, we will create a new layer above the tree layer and we will make it into a clipping mask. So how we can make it into a clipping mask? Simply by holding Alt and clicking in between the tree layer and the empty layer, the new layer that we have just now created. So now this empty layer is clipped to the tree layer. It means whatever you paint in this empty layer will be confined to the tree layer only. So now what we'll do is we will select a darken blend mode. We'll select the brush and we will select soft rounded brush and we will just zoom and we'll find the places where we can see some fringes. So here we can see some fringes. So what we'll need to do is we'll first sample that particular green color simply by holding Alt and clicking on the green color, and then we'll just paint on the areas where there is a white color fringe. Right. And here also we can find some white color fringe. So what we'll do is we'll just simply hold Alt and click on the particular area to sample that particular color, and then we'll simply paint the green color, and in that way we can remove those fringes. Right. So now we can see we have replaced the sky, and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please do subscribe, like, share, and if you have anything to say, do comment. See you again.